Hello there, welcome to the Tech Latchboard brought to you by Rwanda ICT Chamber and RBA. My name is Christian Zaramba and I'm going to be hosting this special show. Today we're going to be looking at different things as always. This is a platform that is here to provide space for tech companies to showcase their product, services and ideas to inspire young tech innovators and entrepreneurs. As I said, I'm going to be joined by Ivan Gwema, Chief Marketing and Communication Officer, going to be helping us to go through and get to know more about Kudi Books. We welcome you to our studio as we dive into everything. We would love to start by getting to know what is Kudi Books. Elaborate more about that.
Yes, thank you for hosting us. Kudi Books is a tech startup and our product is also called Kudi Books. A little bit on the background, Kudi is a Hausa word, which is a language predominantly spoken in Western Africa, which means money. So Kudi Books in translation would mean money books, and our software product is an accounting software that is designed to help small and medium enterprises, mostly with those with little to no professional accounting background, to manage their books, manage their stock, and keep in check with their bookkeeping, basically.
Definitely. How is Kudi Books different from any other QuickBooks and other foreign developed accounting softwares? Because we have so many others, and especially this is a tech one developed in Rwanda.
Yeah.
So tell me, where is it different? Tell me the difference between any other that we have outside.
To begin with, there are some similarities, given the fact that it's a professional tool that has global standards that we also abide by. But there are also differences because, as we mentioned, our headquarters are based here in Kigali, and others, the global software, as you just mentioned, are very generic, but Kudi Books specifically is designed for African business ecosystem. And it's also made in a way that it's easy for someone with just a primary school level of education to use. So which correlates to the audience we are serving, the small and medium enterprises that you find. They also have that specific demographic of people who don't have like professional accounting, academics level. So ours is specifically built for the African ecosystem and that special audience as well. And as we dive deep into how Kudi Books is built, you see we have like local integrations and other relevant services that are based in Rwanda and the African continent.
Yes, so far you have been operating. I would love to know, before you go into the whole details, do Rwandans understand what Kudi Books, are they involved?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So how is the feedback? I want to know that.
So we, as I mentioned, we're also a startup.
Yes.
So we have a few, I'd say, versions out, and we are our vision is to tailor it to the African business ecosystem. The feedback is really good. There are some hurdles they never knew they would overcome, including working straight with banks that now they have seen that it's possible. So we are also happy to see that our users are engaging with us on what they expect to see in the future as we keep developing more features or enhancing on what already exists.
Yes, in terms of pricing and usability, how is it easy to procure your products? Because I'm pretty much sure when we talk about pricing in Rwanda, we are so keen on our money. You know? Tell me, how is it easy to procure your products?
Yes, so the mantra or the philosophy at Kudi Books is basically to serve the local people on the continent. And we know that dollars fluctuate however much they want, same as euros or pounds, which is the currency that everyone is just using the global softwares. So Kudi Books is tailored for the African means of income, the level where we are. And I'd say however much we are the cheapest product on the market, we are not the cheapest in the quality. So our quality is unmatched, but we are as low as you can afford us at 5,000 monthly subscription, because we are a subscription-based product as in the digital business. So we have three. There is a 5,000 Rwandan francs or $4. We have a 9,000 and a 29,000 monthly subscription fee.
Yes, recently we have seen a strong growth in ICT sector, recording 35%. Do you see yourself as an enabler through this growth in the ICT, as we said, 35%, which is such a huge number in terms of growth. Do you see Kudi Books, involved in that?
Absolutely, absolutely. So to give you an image, every enterprise, every institution needs to stay in check with their bookkeeping.
Yes.
And Kudi Books as an enabler in that specific field, transitioning from the paper usage to digital usage, you can understand we touch every corner of that aspect. And we are not just contributing to the digitization of tools, we are also, I would say, helping in the climate action goals or efforts, because as we go from paper usage to digital usage, it's also an impact we are making.
Yes, the government has really been driving a lot on the digitizing the SMEs and the businesses in all sectors of the economy. How are you positioning yourself, especially in the enterprise resources planning? How is Kudi Books really positioning yourselves in terms of the product, the companies, and facilitate to ensure the smooth transitions?
Yeah. So what we are all about in hand with the government is increasing productivity, which also means increasing efficiency. So with the way Kudi Books is built, it's you can access Kudi Books on your mobile phone or your laptop or computer. So which means that since you store your information on the cloud, wherever you are, you can still access, update, or edit your information, which helps with productivity. You don't really need anyone who is traveling for work to come back to the office to get some reports or to do anything. So one account can have multiple users, and which means that if one is not around, you can still have another one do whatever they wanted to do. So it's about increasing efficiency and productivity, and I think Kudi Books is touching the most crucial part, where one needs to have updated information in real time and as well as accurate information.
Yes, you talked about it, like Kudi Books is a startup,
Yeah.
and there's definitely some challenges, because as I said, this is a tech program and cases that inspire you. To take themselves the challenges that are in the society and make sure they can do their part in solving those challenges. I would love to know, what are the challenges have you faced while putting together and coming up with the Kudi Books?
Mostly understanding what the user wants, because as you mentioned, it's most of the people get lost in the tech enabling, but the service itself, what you're solving for the people, for your audience or for your target customer, tech is just an enabler. So you also need to understand, like, how do you use tech to address the pain point of those people, which in our case is accounting. So as I said earlier, we are very happy that our users are engaging with us to tell us, like, as much as we have this feature, it can be better in this way. So I think those challenges are easily addressed because we have an understanding community and we try to engage with them as much as possible.
Yes, as I said, it's a tech company, and when you see Kudi Books so far, for the more you have been operating, how many challenges associated that you guys have been tackling and the results? And when you talk about people who have been subscribing to your to the Kudi Books, when you take the survey and see the results from things that you guys are doing, is it attainable?
Yeah. We've had like great results. I'd firstly mention we have a special package for schools. So the way we work with schools is also avoid lots of paper exchange in between. I know the traditional system is you pay school fees and then take your bank slip to the accountant at school. So now at this point, if you work with Kudi Books, I mean the institution, if it works with Kudi Books, Kudi Books enables the students to pay wherever the parent is or the student. By the time the student arrives, you've already seen in your system who has paid, how much they've paid, and what is remaining if there is. So that was one of the biggest, because we had in school we had issues of people who paid school fees but were sent back to go fetch bank slips, which also hinders the academics of the children. Yeah, but that was one biggest issue addressed. The way we work with schools, very efficient, and they liked it. Another one is the local integrations with banks. So far we are integrated with I&M, BK, KCB and also the BPR separately. So we are also looking into integrations with other banks where someone can, as well as you are in business, but Kudi Books can also help you to validate your cash flow in terms of maybe applying for loans and all of that. Those are processes that people have really liked, that it's very local now, the integrations are local, so it's easy to transfer relevant information.
Yes, I want to also talk about how startups are it's always a struggle to fund. Their operations later attract needed talent, especially in the financial management, because we know to attract those talents is really hard, basically in the financial management sector. So how are you prepared to change this, and should the innovators smile at the end of this?
Yeah, there is, I think this is breaking news. There is an upcoming program of training high school level or university level accountants to use Kudi Books and the basic understanding of the ecosystem they're operating on, which is primarily Rwanda. So this will help accountants, or will help other startups not to go for master's level accountants, but come and operate with those ones as well. So this will address the challenge you just mentioned of having ability to have an accountant on board within your financial means, but this will also create massive employment for that specific demographic we are targeting. So for those who know Irembo, the way agents work, so it will be a bit the same, so, in a way that you can go and find a Kudi Books agent or hire them to come into your own company and help you operate. And as I mentioned, Kudi Books is as easy as able to use if you have 6 years of basic education, which is primary. So the advanced features of Kudi Books, or the advanced understanding, is the ones that will be training people to get used to. But the rest, even the owner or the business person themselves can easily use Kudi Books and get the value they're looking for.
Is the system integrated with institutions like Rwanda Revenue Authorities, and that one can share his or her charts of the account with a third party? Because I'm pretty much sure this will be really an amazing thing if a person can definitely do that. Are you involved with institutions like Rwanda Revenue Authorities?
Yeah, in some ways, and the remaining ways I think will be addressed by the end of this month, which is basically the integration of invoice issuance and receipts. So if you have, for those who will be using Kudi Books in May, if you use Kudi Books, you'll be able to issue a receipt or an invoice with an approval of the Rwanda Revenue Authority, which I think is a very big advantage for people who will be using Kudi Books and not other software, accounting software that exists. So it will save time from going from one platform to another, but do everything in one platform.
Yes, you can touch a little bit on the subscription, which is something I can say is affordable, but because we know how, like, online platforms, sometimes we fear them being that expensive. I want to know, how are you enabling or helping the little financial knowledge, people who have little financial knowledge and stuff like that, or people who have small businesses that are trying to join Kudi Books? How are you helping them to fund themselves in all of those subscriptions and also your services?
So if you visit our website, www.kudibooks.com, you can easily find what each subscription package gives. And I think for the way Kudi Books pricing was designed is basically like, if you are a small enterprise, these services is what you need and you can go for this one. Which means if you go for the premium, you already qualify for the premium services that we offer. And I think people can visit our website and see the pricing for themselves. So as I mentioned, our premium is just 29,000 a month, which is way, way less than any other accounting platform you can use as of today.
Do you have numbers of the subscribers? How do you, can you spill that if you do have the numbers for people to know how this is really important, how people have been joining you guys? Is there any numbers?
Yeah, we've had an increment of over 100% in the last year, because also the fact that it's the first year we've gone like real public to let people know, as we've been focusing on interacting with our former users to make Kudi Books even better. but we are now inviting other people to join us as well to experience the added advantage of having a local, easy, efficient accounting software, as well as add their value to us by giving us feedback.
So how are you convincing the innovators to subscribe? Because I'm pretty much sure they have been having their own ways of like operating. How are you convincing them that Kudi Books is the right place to be?
Yes, Kudi Books is definitely the right place to be. I think all the discussions we've had, I've mentioned about everything from local integrations with local banks, with Rwanda Revenue Authority, which, by the way, is a very crucial thing to comply. So Kudi Books helps with compliancy, and for startups specifically, you know how bookkeeping is a very crucial thing when it comes to investment raising. So the way Kudi Books is designed is, even if you forget or you are like on the move and you have no access to the internet, with your mobile app, you can easily record every expense you made or every income you just made. And we just ask you to, in the interval of between 24 hours to 48 hours, to enable your internet so that it's synchronized and easy to get your reports when it's time to do the reports, for example. But yeah, as I mentioned, compliance is one thing, and it's now a local thing, as well as support. I don't know why many people forget the fact that support is a very crucial thing until things fail and they see. But the fact that we have offices here, the fact that we are a local company you can easily call and have whatever challenge you are meeting with addressed is also a very big advantage. So yeah, but I invite people to interact with us on our social media, on our website, to see more of what I didn't mention here, because it goes as deep as accounting is.
So, when you take a look at the sector you guys are into as a startup, what's the future? What does the future hold in terms of like Kudi Books? What are you planning? What's next for the enterprise? And you know, what are you? Is there any specific things that you guys are working on to improve the platform?
Yeah, the future is broad. I don't know if you're asking for like 10 or 20 years to come.
Please let us know.
Yeah, but we want to make accounting as easy as possible, because I think it's, as of today, it's still challenging. As much as we are trying to help people transition from paper-based accounting to digital accounting and make it as efficient as possible. But now Kudi Books is also looking in its future to make even data analytics as easy as possible, self-made, AI-enabled, all of that, to tell you, give you like, so there is a report thing, but now there is a whole other task to make the report make sense in terms of understanding. So if you can give Kudi Books your own report, or report made in Kudi Books, and it tells you, in summary, this is what you've done, these are the reasons why your business is maybe in this position, and these are suggestions you can do. So that is a thing we are working on at Kudi Books. And yes, if you start with us today, the future is certainly brighter with us.
Yes. What's your target audience? Because I'm pretty much sure the people who have small businesses, maybe in Nyamagabe or in other places of Rwanda, that really maybe we want to get involved with Kudi Books. Who's your audience? And is everybody, yes, this is really an amazing thing. This would help businesses, entrepreneurs. Please let me know how you guys are getting and helping people to, even those who don't have the funds, people who don't use that much of internet, helping them and showing this platform that they can use in their accountings, in their daily work. How are you targeting and going to those people?
I think in a simpler way is everybody who is interested in tracking their finances is our audience, because Kudi Books can go as far as a personal finance tracker. Like even with your own money, Kudi Books can help you make sense of what you spend on and where your income comes from. And at the end of the month, if you are below the line or above. So that's why actually at Kudi Books we also have a blog, blog.kudibooks.com, where you can easily learn more about finance and business, but tailored for the African ecosystem, basically. So whoever runs a business is interested in tracking their finances at each level, and we are focusing primarily on the small and medium, because those percentages, 82 of them fail in the first year due to bad bookkeeping. So that's the biggest issue we want to solve. It's a global issue, but we believe we just want to start with our own, the country, the region, and the continent.
Yes, how do you cater the needs of non-accounting and finance professionals? Because I'm pretty much sure, like, if there's somebody who's listening and watching the show right now, maybe like, oh, these are numbers, and I'm not really, good at this, and I don't know how I can do this. How are you helping them? How are you helping them through your platform for them to be involved and be able to access every service that they have subscribed to?
Well, there are two ways, and first and foremost, they are not the only ones wherever they are watching from. It's a whole big number of people, even people who run businesses, that are really not interested in numbers. Maybe you are at the tech of the company, tech head, or you are the brains that innovate in whatever you're doing, if it's bakery or anything. But there are two ways you can do this. As I mentioned, Kudi Books is made as simple as possible. So all we can ask you to do is just record every transaction. Leave the reports to us, leave everything else to us. What you ask Kudi Books is what it gives you. You just put in what you've spent or what you've brought into the company, either monetary or stock. There's also the stock management feature in Kudi Books. And at the end of the day or the month, ask Kudi Books, what is my statement or financial statement, and it will give you that. Another option is, if you have someone to support your team in the accounting department, but you want to stay on track, is Kudi Books enables you to have more than one users in the account. So the accountant can be busy in the office doing the thing on the laptop or on their computer, and you somewhere doing the business, you have a phone, you can see everything happening in real time. And if you need a report to show to someone, maybe an investor you just met on the go, you don't need to call the accountant in the office. All you have to do is generate it on your mobile phone as of a certain interval. It's all easy to get in the Kudi Books mobile application. And yeah, that's it.
Do you follow your subscribers and get to know who are they, and follow them in their daily job and transitions they do?
Yeah, actually most of them we talk. We have different services that we offer, or the ways to reach out to them, including newsletters, groups. We have communities that which is the ways we use to collect feedback. Yeah, so I think none of them would subscribe to us and goes unheard or unnoticed.
Definitely. So that is amazing. Hopefully everybody that's watching us got to know more about Kudi Books, and you can go online and check out the platform and how they've been operating. So thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me as well.
Yes. So that marks the end of our show today. I thank everyone who joined and enjoyed this amazing show. So see you next time. Bye-bye.